Hi everybody, this video is going to go over the administration and the settings area in Cool Running Software. There's a lot of different types of settings that you can set up specifically in the software, very specifically about the delivery app for the Cool Running driver. Okay, so I'm going to go into admin and I'm going to go to settings. So inside here, first off, we have custom exports. This mostly is something that Cool Running Software help you set up. You can click right here. This is basically setting up the mapping of whatever your accounting software is. So again, this isn't really an area that a lot of my clients will really work with, but I will. Okay, going back into the settings, customers. So just some basic default information that can be used when you're setting up your customers. So as you're setting up new customers, this is the information that will come in automatically. And maybe I'll add in a contact phone number and a support email for your specific company. Data warehouse. Now this right here, first off, and this is a very important one, your custom export batches. How far back do you want to keep your custom export batches that you're batching up to go into your accounting file? You can do 7, 14. Typically, everybody should be importing between 7 and 14 days of their accounting files of their sales into their accounting, but you can go back as far as 98 days. Okay, your default payment term code. What payment term code is your default code that you'd like to use inside your company? You can see right there, it's kind of giving you a description right here. Okay, data retention. Now this one here is very, very important. Cool Running Software. There is no extra fees for obviously storing up regular sales information and other things inside Cool Running Software like customer lists and stuff like that. They can take up as much data space as they want. However, your digital signatures are image files that actually do take up quite a bit of space, and they're separated out on different servers inside Cool Running Software to hold that data. Now, everybody's company has 100 meg of information that we hold, and after we reach that point, 500, and after we reach that point, there's a customer will be billed for additional storage space that are needed to store digital signatures. And normally on this one right here, I might stick to it for 12 months. Vehicle history data, tracking history, I might only do 3 months of that. Volume sensor data, if you're integrated with volume sensors and that data is uploading in the system, this right here, I might only keep 3 months of that. And then the biggest one that that takes up the most data space is proof of delivery images. This is when you can actually snap a photo that will attach to the sale inside Cool Running Software. Typically these right here, I might only keep those for about 3 months, or actually about 6 months. Okay, but you can by doing this, you can kind of really trim down how much data space you're really taking inside Cool Running Software. I'll just go ahead and update that. Okay, let me go back into that right there. And then finally we have the dictionary. This is something that not many people uses, but we kind of set information for sales tax rates. Okay, I'm going back into settings, merchandiser volume sensors. This right here is where we set up our integrations with AirData and IceQ or any other type of sensors that are on the market. And this is where you kind of set the alarms for the sensors. Now, where does this kind of go in line with? It goes in line with right here with the volume sensors. So based on the readings that we have, if it's below a certain point, then they'll show up in red. So if I go back into settings here, you're going to see. Sorry about that. Back here again. The volume sensors here, you'll see the different levels that I want it to start showing up red in my merchandiser list. Okay. All right. Mobile devices. Now this one here is a big one here. There's lots of different settings that we can have on this here, where you say, do you want to allow a driver to load vehicles, allow a driver to select a route, and what that means is if you want to specify that the driver can only take the route that you give him. Allow him to select the vehicles, same idea. But you can see here there's different settings in here, allow driver surcharges, so on and so forth. But there's multiple different types of settings in here inside the delivery app. And this right here is explaining, well, how often do you want the device to send its position of its location. Now there's another new option right up here for the driver reconcile. you see right here, we can actually make it so that the driver doesn't get a reconciliation report at all. Not many people use this, but this right here is a send an email notification if a sale has been deleted or marked, not deleted, but marked for deletion from the handhelds. The drivers do not have access to deleting sales out of the system, but they do have they can select which ones that they want to mark for deletion for the office to review before they take them out. There'll be a separate video discussing this feature. Okay, portal. This information here is not something that anyone's going to need to worry about. This is just setting time zones and such, and units of measures. Products. There's different settings for products. Enable parent products, and I'll discuss in a separate video about parent products and child products. Enabling private label surcharges. Again, that's another feature in the system that helps with your co-packing for another company. Sort group. That just has to do with being able to sort the list of products, and again, that kind of discusses the same thing right there. But again, just some settings for your different products. Receipts. Now this is the default receipt header information, the default receipt used for the company. Now I discussed in the object video about private receipts. Well, this here's the default receipt. You can go and put your company information in. You can put your company logo in. And over here we have options for emails. So automated email, when the module is turned on inside Cool Running, you can tell it to send to location contacts and customer contacts, and even put a custom message that's going to go along with it. Then you have manually delivered emails. Now the automated feature is an extra module. It's like an extra module per month. But the manual email, you can email as many tip receipts out of Cool Running as you want. And the same thing right here, you can say copy the user, me being logged in, I'd be the user. You can put a default message, which is just like the custom message. And you can even add other addresses that you want any emails of receipts that go out to go to. Okay. And routing. Again, there's different options for routing. How far back for sales history inside Cool Running in the routing do you want it to go? So let me kind of show you what that means here. When I go ahead and click on a customer inside my route builder, of course this is not a regular live system. I can click right here on the, well, we don't have a last sale on that one. Yeah, there's no last sales to look at on that one. Let me go to this one here on Spice. Okay, I'm sure I have a sale here to work with. There we go. If I click right here, I can see the last sale, but I can also see our history of sales receipts for the last 14 days, or 14 months. And this right here is to be able to send push notifications to the handhelds, Route Vision. This is the Route Vision address. How often do you want the Route Vision map to be able to upload, which this would be a Route Vision map. And routing priority. Now this is something I'll have a separate video on, but inside Cool Running you can specify, once you've got some sales history to work with, you can specify how important certain customers are based on sales records. And again, this will be a separate video that I create inside Cool Running that's going to go over this. But by doing this inside your route builder, you can actually see markers on your customers on which ones are more valuable and which ones are least valuable inside Cool Running software. Okay. So finally we have security. And this here is basically just making, well, how complicated do you want to make your delivery receipts for you guys to be able to log in. This right here is set very simple. To create a password, it's got to be minimum 4 characters, and it can be anything you want. But you can really get specific as far as how complicated you want the passwords for the system to be. I usually keep it pretty simple. Okay, so that is the admin settings area. And I discussed a lot of things in this, but there will be separate videos that gets very specific about certain things inside the handheld software and the settings. Okay, so if anybody has questions, contact Cool Running Software.